European Football Vodcast. On today's show, we'll be talking to Fenerbahce's dynamic duo Mateja Kezman and Volkan Demirelin, two players who have made major impacts in this season's Champions League. And speaking of the Champions League, the quarter-finals got underway this past week, and we'll be taking a look at which sides have stolen the initiative in the round's first legs. The UEFA Cup was also on the agenda over the last few days, with the competition's quarter-finals kicking off. And here on the vodcast, we'll be reviewing the best of the action. European competition is what all the top stars want to be playing in, but in order to reach the top they need to put in the work on the training ground, and that's where we'll be heading to round off the show, as we take a look at the Ford Team Challenge. We start the show in Istanbul, a city which has been illuminated this season by the progress of Fenerbahce in European football's premier competition. Two men who have been key to the club's success this year are goalkeeper Volkan Demirelin and striker Mateja Kezman. Both men played their part in Fenerbahce's quarter-final first leg win over Chelsea last week, and the two were naturally in good spirits when the vodcast caught up with them.
I would say that maybe for some people around and of course for Europe we are like surprised, but since we started last season when I came here, this is now 1.5 years, I believe that we can do something well, because I see there is a lot of quality as well, and we get a really good coach like Zico. Is a huge player, you know, he's massive, he's a legend, so he's treating us like a child, you know. We have really very good relationship with him, and he gives us all confidence, what you need as well in football all the time. And there is a really lot of quality. So last year we just go out of UEFA Cup in 8 finals. Very unlucky. We get the last minute goal against AZ in Alkmaar. So then you can see that we was also playing good football. And since this season, we start in Champions League. From the first game we have Inter home. We beat them, and then we just keep going. And then for people around, what I said before, maybe surprised, but for us, we really believe in this. And I knew that we're gonna do something, because you can find really quality and good atmosphere, which is very important, and for me it's really not surprise.
As a team, our first aim was to qualify from the group stage, and we achieved that. Our next goal was to get to the quarter-finals, and we made that happen too. As a team, we're certainly still capable of reaching the semis, and that would be something very important, both for Fenerbahce and for the Turkish nation.
Her zaman ilk adım atmayı sever. Onun için ben bir adım daha atacağımızı düşünüyorum.
We are doing very well. So I think we can still do a lot of things there. For me, it's also a big thing, because I didn't play for like last 2 years because I was in Atletico, and then Fenerbahce here we don't play last year, so I miss a lot. Before I always play there. So I'm also very happy to be here as well now at the moment, because all Europe watching really seriously this, and of course every goal in Champions League, every good game is like 10 goals in every competition. So this is everything very fine, and we still hope that we can still do something like Porto before, maybe Monaco or some small teams, to be like surprise of Champions League completely. Even now we are a big surprise, but I still think that we can do more and more things.
Şimdi Sevilla'yı geçtikten sonra belki turu geçtik, buna bir şekilde inanıyorduk ama İstanbul'a
Of course, winning would make a huge impact on the fans, and not just those of Fenerbahce, but also the supporters of Galatasaray and Beşiktaş. We realised that when we landed back in Turkey after the Sevilla game. There were a huge number of fans waiting for us at the airport, all cheering and all singing. And if we beat Chelsea, well, it would be an even bigger event for all Fenerbahce fans, and of course Turkish football supporters in general.
Türkiye için, Fenerbahçe için futbolcular olarak bir üstlere çıkmayı istiyoruz. İnşallah desteklerimizi yapacağız.
We enjoy, we have fun, we are happy, we have no pressure. So that's all the things what can give us a power and what can help us. I'm sure that why not? We believe in this, really. We talk between each other, and we think that we can make one more big surprise and to beat Chelsea. And we are thinking more how we'll be back to Istanbul if we do that, because after Sevilla game there was on airport even 100,000 people. So if you beat Chelsea, I can imagine what happened. So we are thinking more about that than about the games. Just joke, but still I really think that we can do it. And what I tell you before, if you look on Porto, who was less talented than us, they win the Champions League. Then Monaco also, they play final. There was always some small club who make big surprise. We believe in it. We think that we can do that also with our fans, with this atmosphere here. So we will enjoy these 2 games and try to make one more big surprise.
Insightful words there from 2 men who know what it's like to compete at the highest level. And if you want to hear more from the game's biggest and most decorated figures, then log on to uefa.com/video. Now, as we mentioned above, Volkan Demirelin and Mateja Kezman's Fenerbahce were one of the 8 sides who were competing for Champions League glory this past week, as the first legs of the tournament's quarter-finals were played out. Keeping up with each of the 4 sides was the uefa.com correspondent Simon Watts, who's on hand now to run you through the best of the action.
The UEFA Champions League has already thrown up a number of surprises this season, and it once again didn't fail to deliver on match day 9. Turkish side Fenerbahce grabbed the headlines on their first ever appearance in the quarter-finals of the competition. Up against English giants Chelsea, they fell behind through an unfortunate own goal from David early on. But he sparked wild celebrations at the Sukru Sarakoglu as he went on to snatch the winner after Kazim's second-half equaliser. Having played for most of his career in the English lower divisions, you'd have expected Kazim to have revelled in his moment of glory, but he's already focusing on the second leg.
Very good result for us. I think now we have to work hard next week in Stamford Bridge. We have to go and we have to be strong. I don't think this result will be enough, so we have to go and try and score more goals. That's the end of it.
How is your preparation for the next match in Chelsea?
Just as normal as every preparation. We go, we train hard, we do team play, and we come for the game. You know, we're a very focused team. We know what we want and we know what we have to do it.
It was Chelsea's first defeat in Europe this season and made it 5 wins in a row for Zico's side. Most people were expecting either Arsenal or Liverpool to